Welcome along to part 8 of this Dark Souls guide and playthrough. Today we are going to go from here to the Lower Undead Burg. We're going to pay a visit to a holy warrior and a black knight before we go there. We've got a few wee issues to take care of in the burg before we head to the lower part of the burg. I'm going to show you at some point how to take those firebomb wielding hollows out with the longbow. And you want to pick, if you're following this guide, pick up a bow right now. If you're in the burg, go to the vendor and pick up a bow before you head into the Lower Undead Burg. Do not proceed any further without either buying a bow or picking up the longbow in Darkroot Basin. If you don't, you're going to have a bad time. You don't have to come into this area and take these hollows out. I just wanted to. I've spoken before about the danger of this narrow passage and the firebomb wielding hollow there he is. Just be wary of him. But these guys at this juncture should pose absolutely no threat whatsoever. Make sure you ascend the turret to take out the sniper at the top. I want a fast sweeping weapon to take him out, because the halberd has a tendency sometimes to thrust and miss. I've got plenty of Estus Flask, so I don't even care whether I take some damage here or not. They're not gonna kill me or one-shot me or anything. It's a good idea to practice your parry and riposte at this point. Longsword, decent weapon, especially if you upgrade it. Fail. It's better, I think, sometimes to look at the hand or shoulder of these spear wielding hollows rather than the tip of the spear. When I came past this way before, I didn't go down the stairs. You might have noticed that there's some stairs down to the right. I didn't bother going down there before because there was a difficult enemy down there, and there was a ring as well. The Black Knight is guarding the ring, and it's a ring that I'm not really interested in, so I wanted to wait a wee bit to show you how to take this guy on with once you'd upgraded your weapon and whatnot. Now's about the right time to take him on. I wouldn't recommend doing so as soon as you enter the burg, unless you're a skilled or talented player. You can parry this guy. I failed to do so there, but you can. Like that. And if you're confident enough, you can try it again. At this point I think, well, he can kill me probably with his next hit. I'll just drag him up to this part of the Undead Burg, and that's what most new players are advised to do. They're advised to bring this Black Knight up here, because you can circle around him, get your backstabs in, and that's what I'll try and do. You can see he's quite capable of, taking you out if you're not defending yourself well. But as I said before, these guys, once you've got a few kills under your belt, they tend to become quite trivial enemies. We get the Black Knight sword, which I'm a big fan of. Same sword that he was wielding there. It does extra damage to these Black Knights. And maybe some other enemies as well. I'm not 100% sure, I'd have to look into that. But definitely against the Black Knights, if you've got a Black Knight weapon, like a halberd, great axe, sword, you will do more damage than a commensurate, great sword like this Highlander or whatever. So This is rolling. I want to be able to fast roll when I go down here. This is where you use the watchtower basement key. You use it in the door up above or the door down below, because there's two ways to get in here. If you come through the dark root basin, you can come to the base of this tower and enter it with the watchtower basement key. I use the master key to open the door above. This is, some people contend this is Havel The Rock, the holy warrior, or one of his followers. And the reason that some people believe it's one of his followers is because of the description of his ring. And how do you get his ring? Well, you get his ring by killing them. Killing this person. The ring states that it was worn by the followers of Havel and not maybe by Havel himself. Or some people deduce that because it doesn't explicitly state that Havel wore it, that it must have been only his followers. And more evidence for it not being Havel is the fact that you pick up Havel's set and his weapon, which is a dragon tooth, in a place called Anar Londo later on in the game. That weapon there weighs an absolute ton, but obviously it causes massive amounts of damage. He would probably one-shot us if he connected with it. You can parry and riposte it, but that's a very dangerous strategy because if it connects and your timing's wrong, you're dead. It's much easier for new players to basically circle around him and get your backstabs in. And don't feel, that you're cheesing him because of that. You're using a strategy that works and is, legal. If it wasn't intended to be used, they wouldn't have put it in the game. So there you go. He will not respawn. Havel's ring. And what the Havel's ring does is, it increases your equip burden by 50%, so you can start to wear heavier armours and still continue to fast roll if your total equip burden is below 25%. Our equip load, is well below 25% with the ring on. With our current setup, you can see that with the ring on, I can put all my pieces on and fast roll. You've got three. We'll come out here. We'll use the watchtower basement key. You've got 3 levels of fast roll. 8% is fast roll. 8 to 16%, I think. Yeah, 8 to 16 is like mid fast roll, and 16 to 25 is slow fast roll. Then you've got 25 to 50 mid roll, and 50% and above is fat rolling. And fat rolling is totally impractical in this game. Impractical. Wouldn't even bother with it. Mid roll or fast roll, that's it. These guys are called crystal golems. They're susceptible to strike damage. The weapon I'm using is not particularly great for taking these guys on. These provide more evidence for Seath the Scaleless's forays into different areas in the game. His tinkering with nature. I believe that these crystal golems were forged out of the primordial crystal that's mentioned at the beginning of the game. They have a chance to drop blue chunks, which are upgrade items for magic weapons. They're not particularly dangerous. Just get your hits in and dodge out of their way in the attack. Seath the Scaleless is kind of like it's a mad scientist, a Voldemort type character. He's got minions who do his work, who do his bidding. He's always interfering with nature and trying to merge different beings together for whatever function it is that he intends to use them for. Anyway, interesting character, Seath the Scaleless. We'll learn more about him later on in the game, that's for sure. So we're going to just come back. I want to get my flasks up to 10 before we go back down, before we head down to Lower Undead Burg. I think I'll show you now how to use the longbow to take these guys out. So equip the longbow in one hand, or the other. I prefer it in my left hand. Use the left bumper to bring the reticulator up. And aim for where they aren't, or aim for where they're going to be. Is that from Sun Tzu, or what was that film last year? Battleship. Anyway, there you go, that's how you use a bow, but make sure you have a bow before you head into the Lower Undead Burg, because if you don't, it can be not treacherous, but it can be a bit annoying. I'm going to increase my vitality and endurance here. We're going to be taking on the Capra Demon soon. I think our weapon does enough damage just now at +5, so I'd prefer to get my health and stamina up. Something unusual happens here. Normally you've got the 3 hollows there to deal with, the 2 at the kind of top and then the one that comes up from the lower part. And you'll see in a second that the 4th one makes his way up here. I've never seen him come this far. And then he decides to toss that hollow over his shoulder. Again, something I've never seen before. And it's sad that Dark Souls 2 isn't going to have ragdoll physics like that, because it certainly leads to some funny moments in this game. Anyway, what you want to do is, this is us entering the Lower Undead Burg now, and what you want to do is you want to equip a shield with decent stability, because you're going to have a rat-like creature down here, a creature that's just as annoying as the rats, in my opinion, and that is the dogs. Although in saying that, these dogs appear like puppies compared to 2 other dogs that we're going to encounter quite soon. Something strange has happened in the Lower Undead Burg. There's another dog down here, and he'll aggro in a second once he sees us. Come on. Here he comes. They cause bleed damage, the dogs. But yeah, something strange has happened in the Lower Undead Burg. Looks like they tried to burn something to warn something away. Who knows? You got the residence key. The residence key is used down here.
Somebody, please let me out of here. Somebody, anybody, help me. Unlock the door. Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
The master key won't open this door, so you need to buy the residence key if you intend to let Griggs out of his cell.
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
Griggs.
Oh, hello. I'm fine. I will rest a while, then return to Firelink Shrine. I have my sorcery, and I will be more cautious next time. Besides, I have an important task at hand.
If you're a melee character, you don't need to buy the residence key to let this guy out. If you've got no intention of using sorceries, it's pointless. What you can do, I suppose, if you're a melee character and you want to buy the residence key, you can kill him and he'll drop an item called the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. These guys are really annoying, torch hollows. But yeah, if you want to buy the residence key, kill Griggs of Vinheim, which will prevent you from getting sorceries early in the game. I think you can still get them later on from another NPC. But yeah, if you kill him, he'll drop the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring, which basically quiets your footsteps and makes you more stealthy. I don't use it, it's not a ring that I'm interested in. But yeah, I wanted to buy the residence key to show you guys what it does. These guys are guarding humanity, so it's definitely worth killing them. See the benefit of using the halberd there. Twin humanity, sorry. So even more reason to come down here and kill them. Okay, so just continue forward. Another ambush. These guys are what they called, not undead thieves, undead assassins, I think, undead assassins, and their weapon can cause bleed. There you go, their weapon can cause bleed damage, and what else? Yeah, never turn your back to these guys because they can backstab. I believe they can parry and riposte as well, maybe. They're not that dangerous. The dogs belong to them, apparently. I believe I read that somewhere. The dogs are their attack dogs. This is why you want your bow here. There's a couple of dogs down here. There's another ambush down there. If you just run down there, you're going to encounter like 2 or 3 dogs and a few of the undead assassins. And that's not a good situation to be in. So use your bow, draw the dogs up here. There's an armour set down here, and it's going to be one that is the Thief starting class's armour set. I'm a big fan of some of the pieces of it, and it's one of the best upgraded light armours in the game, in my opinion. So we'll probably end up using a few of the pieces from that up until we get to maybe Anor Londo and beyond. I don't think it's not the set these guys are wearing. No, it's not this. They're wearing a slightly different set. Come in here, there's a humanity. No, it's not. It's a soul item. Sorry. I hear a dog. So I'm cautious. And I have absolutely no idea how it managed to get behind me there. I must have ran past when I wasn't looking. Anyway, don't forget to pick this item up if you're intending to use the Thief set, the Black Leather Armour. I don't think we'll equip it just now, but we will eventually. Okay, so you can see we've got the fog gate up ahead. That is the area boss. Do not go in there just now. You can if you want, if you feel very confident in yourself, but I wouldn't recommend it at this juncture. This is a trap again. Make sure you use your bow to take this guy out. Aiming with the bow in Dark Souls can be a bit frustrating at times, but you always get there in the end. Just make sure you always buy enough arrows to... Here we go, here's a trap. Yeah, always make sure you buy enough arrows to last you, because you can end up going whole areas without getting access to arrows. So I would always recommend buying 100 at a time, at minimum. Another soul item. You can see that there's hundreds. Can't open this door yet. That might lead to somewhere interesting. Come up here. I want to use my battle axe because again with these kind of sniper archer guys, if you've got the halberd out you can miss them quite easily, whereas this has got the horizontal thrusting swinging action. Can't go any further up. Come out here and we're going to meet an interesting NPC. A lot of people don't realise that she's actually the girlfriend of the male undead merchant above. But yeah, they're partners. They got married a couple of years ago, I believe. She sells a few useful items. The clumps are especially useful. Prism stones will become useful later on in the game. Arrows, and buy these poison arrows if you feel... Some people recommend buying poison arrows for Anor Londo. I'm not going to bother because I have a different strategy to deal with an annoying enemy there. But if you like using your bow, buy the poison arrows. charcoal pine resin adds a fire damage modifier to your weapon if it's buffable. What about your marriage? So, she sells useful items. We'll be back to her again at some point before the end of the game. You'll recognise this tunnel. It might seem familiar. It's like a aqueduct or a sewer pipe or something. We've got the first rat we encountered in the game, so I guess you know where we're going to be heading towards here. Yep, Firelink Shrine. Trusty old Firelink Shrine. At this point these guys should be toffee for you. Didn't even think about it. We're going to go somewhere interesting in the next playthrough, in the next part of the playthrough. I won't spoil it, but it's definitely interesting. So here we go, here's Griggs, he's returned to Firelink
I
Shrine.
regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed.
Yep. I don't think I can use it. I don't think he can teach us anything because we have intelligence below 10. I think you need 10.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
It's a bit aggressive. Fast forward here. I'm going to go down and speak to Lautrec, see what he's up to, and then that'll be the end of the episode. Hope this episode's been helpful for you. It's another short one.
Where have you been? I'm glad to see you're safe. Have you heard of Trusty Patches? If ever a man has rubbed me up the wrong way, if he ever comes around again, I swear I'll have his hide.
Rubbed and hide all in the one. Yeah.